Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Episode 10 of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through all the prior videos, questions, and comments and help you with your HUT lineup decisions. Again, guys, if you want to get your question answered, the best shot is to have notifications on and be subscribed to my YouTube channel so when this comes out, you can get your comment in there quickly. You can just type hi, whatever, and come back and edit it later, but I do go in reverse order, so if that's the best way to get your comments read. The other thing I want to touch on real quick while doing these videos, even if I don't get to your question, I try and take a look and answer at a more like bigger, not just this card should replace this card kind of thing. So if there are any questions in terms of like, hey, what cards, what parts of my lineup should I fix first, that kind of stuff, I try to answer it. So that being said, let's get into today's questions and let's take a look. So LOL, long-time commenter I see on all my videos, man, I appreciate it. It says, I love me Washington and Pitt. Who should I choose? X Factor Sid or Evo Strom? Wow, that's actually an interesting choice. Evo Strom is definitely the smarter play because I think that well, one, he's huge, and two, he's having a great year and he has big opportunity with the Capitals. But you know, the cost is insane. However, if you've got Strome, I'd probably keep him because at 99, he's going to be much more impactful than Sid. That being said, Sid's X Factor this year is a lot better than the high-end Crosby cards we've had in the past because of Unstoppable Force and Elite Edges, and even Beauty Backhand Beauty is a low-key, sneaky X Factor because of how the wraps work. So I'd still go Strome, but both are nice. Minnie Fletcher says, my God Squad is looking really good now. I finally caved in and bought X Factor McDavid after multiple failed attempts to get him. Whew, that's a big price tag. Just completed the 80 seasonal collectibles and pulled Gretzky and turned him into the Oilers one to get that ugly Kings jersey off my screen. I can appreciate that. Was thinking of building the new Solani and moving Zibanejad to center, but now that I have Gretzky, I don't know if I will. All untradeable except for McDavid. All right, so we're talking God Squad here. So McKinnon, Gretzky, McDavid, Jokinen, Tkachuk, Nolan, Zibanejad, Oilers. You even have Messier. Whew. Tavo, Hayduk, Matthews, and McCann on the wing. Then he's got Makar, Tootin, Murphy, Duchesne, Newman, and Dahlin. So, man, your squadron is looking nice. I'm trying to think of like left-handed defense. Like maybe instead of like, I think if you're not using McCann at center, he's kind of like a waste just because he's built so good as a centerman. But if you've got Matthews, obviously you'd rather have him. Maybe go Kucherov. But your team is, you can just chill, man. There's no reason to make Zibanejad or sorry, Solani because you've got Hayduk and whatnot. So I mean, your team is so good. Congrats. That's a solid squad. But even Evo Dahlin, whew, that's a price tag. Pat Walsh says, hey, Sleeves, got $350K to work with, but I'm struggling to justify spending coins on the milestone players and the time to grind the MSP collectible objectives. I could probably make Green and upgrade him some of the way with some untradeable good players, but there's less than 20 days left for the free collectibles, and I haven't made much progress on those. I don't know where you would upgrade next. I'm currently running. So he's got Barzal, McCann, coin. Yeah, I mean, like, if you don't go all out, right? Like, if in terms of the cards, I think that if you've got 350K, even if you spend to upgrade these Master Set players, it's costing like 160K, and that's if you have no cards. That's not a bad price for Master Set players. Like, if you look back in the prior years, like, you're talking like 300-400K to make a Master Set player. So I think that that's not really being taken into account. So you guys got to remember that. The price does seem significantly reduced. They are very balanced cards, though. So he's got Barzal, Pasta, Marner, Solani. With your righties, upgrading Solani would probably be pretty solid. You've got Larkin. Oh, actually, what I would do, honestly, first is make Zibanejad. In your situation, 100%, I would make Zibanejad. On defense, you've got X Factor, Fox, Niedermeyer, Klingberg, Fowler, Letang, and Keller. Ugh. I'm trying to think of what would be a better play making Green or Letang. Definitely make Zibanejad and upgrade him. To be honest, even just to put Larkin on the wing. Like, I'd put Larkin on the wing. You do need another right-handed defenseman. Now, you already have Letang, right? What you could do is just upgrade Letang. I think Letang is a good card and still pretty safe. But again, that's going to be up to you. Those would be where I would start. Eric Scott says, "Hey Sleeves, love the content. I just depleted my collection for Evo Stützle. I'm a Sens fan. I'm building back up. I have about 90K at the moment. He's got DeBrincat, Crosby, Tavo, Barzal, McCann, Hughes, Zibanejad, Larkin, Coin. All right, so I would upgrade. I don't know if I'm assuming this is the milestones of Zibanejad. Get him up. Zibanejad is worth getting up because of even if you don't need a winger, you can play him at center or vice versa. Having lineup flexibility is huge. Base Makar, Byram, Fowler, Sandy. You definitely need a defenseman. I'm not sure if I want to commit to those X factors. You have X Factor, Larkin, and Barzal. You're not committing though. Like I've said this a lot. Like the big four. So Matthews, McDavid, Makar, and McKinnon. And I'm slowly thinking about Yossi. I think Yossi is a lock for Team of the Year. And the reason why that those are a lock for anyone that doesn't know is if you get Team of the Year, you'll be able to trade in their highest X factor at a much reduced cost to making a Team of the Year player. So having them already is huge. And why Team of the Year is better than the X factors, one, they get multiple synergies, like a ton of them. They get like +3 for whatever one they did. And not only that, they are free upgrades. So whatever the highest rated card is, the card will automatically go to that, as opposed to X factors where you got to pay every time there's a tier unlock. But in terms of the other ones like Barzal, Larkin, and Stamkos, those cards are so cheap to get to their X Factor version where the master set art changes that you can do that and then just leave them there. So I would get Barzal to 85. He's fine at 84. Larkin 85 is fine. You don't have to go any further than that. So I agree there. But you definitely need a defenseman. Like I'd make Mike Green, to be honest with you. I would make Mike Green or even OEL. Mini Bamer says, "Hey, Sleevesy. What's up, dude? Mac, Draisaitl, and Maddie. X Factor, Maddie. I'm assuming that's Matthews? I don't know. Or it might be Kachuk. Confusing. He's got Zibanejad, McCann, Teravainen, Stammer, Larkin, Hughes, Kaprizov. That's a solid forward core. Looking to change the bottom 6 and need a righty defense. Gonna keep getting 15 Hut Champs, Elite 3 squad battles, and goal rivals for week 2 of the event. Got 500K and around 100 players, not high overall. Need some thoughts. Don't know what to do with coins. All right. From Latvia. Bonjour, dude. Okay, my man's from Latvia. Let's go. Makar, OEL. And you've got Letang. Your defense is so solid. Dude, your defense is stacked. I mean, I guess where you would go... You could put Zibanejad at center. I'm trying to think of like a card that would... You could go Kucherov to replace Hughes or Kaprizov. I'd go Kucherov to replace Kaprizov and move Hughes down one. I like Larkin on the wing more than center, but there's no reason why you do. I mean, it is what it is. In terms of the other spot, like Green would be great, but I don't think you need to make Green because, no, I think that I don't even know if Kucherov is the right play. Your team's so solid that I don't know if you should spend a lot of your coins on it. Maybe just wait for the next event. Wait for Friday. Carter says, "Hey, Sleeves." He's got McKinnon, McCann, McDavid, Teravainen, Trocheck, DeBrincat, Zibanejad, Ovechkin, Kane. That Trocheck play there. Pretty much nothing left in the collection. Don't plan on upgrading X Factor, Kane, and Ovi, but wondering if I should keep upgrading Stamkos. No, you don't have to. All of those guys won't get Team of the Year. Like, X Factors, guys. X Factors, unless you can get... If you can get 11... I've said this a million times, too. If you can get 11 wins in champs, you can get 5 collectibles every week, which you turn into 5 power of collectibles. If you can't get that, you are at a significant disadvantage if you have multiple X Factors. Like, if you've got, 5 of them... What'll happen once they hit 90? So we're talking like in December and January. Once they hit 90, it's going to cost 100K to go up a tier, and they're not even going to go up speed. And then it's like, okay, then you're behind a week, and then something else comes out, and you're not able to take part in the event because you're using all of your stuff to upgrade your X Factors, and that's where, you don't want to do that. So Stamkos is fine at 85. I know my D are brutal, but I plan on making Murphy, Newman, and Duchesne once I'm done team builders. Should take around 2 to 3 more weeks. Yeah, once you get those, your defense is solid. You already have the 88 Byram, and you have the 84 OEL. I don't even know if you need to upgrade OEL. I mean, you could if you really want. You have, the resources, but once you get all the defensemen, you're buzzing here. You have Duchesne and Byram and then OEL. Your defense is set, so. All I think your defense is fine. Your forwards, you're chasing like you're chasing like Matthews and McDavid's X factor. To be honest with you, man. So I would just wait for the next event. Wait and see what comes out. Hey, slaves, I have no money spent. I have 300K, and I still haven't finished Spotlight Challenges or Milestone Challenges. I think of taking the 88 Byram and using Milestone Collectibles for OEL. Don't have many gold cards. Use them to make Zibanejad. Thinking about McDavid or McKinnon, and also want to try Tage Thompson. I have to get a few more of those X Factors. Was going to do the set when it refreshes, and maybe the Icon set as well. Icon set is brutal value, guys. Unless you are hut rich, I would not recommend it, dude. All right, so Pasternak, Zibanejad, Teravainen, Eichel, McCann, and Larkin. His X Factor. Stamkos. You need... I would... I almost think you should make Solani. I would probably make Solani. Then you have Makar's X Factor, if that's fine. Niedermeyer untradeable. The free one. Carlson. I would not upgrade Carlson's X Factor. You need another left-handed defenseman, too. Byram is definitely the play. Take Byram for sure. Bonjour, sleeves. What's up, dude? Here's my no money spent team. Zibanejad, Messier. Whew. Dude, I honestly think having Messier is a bigger flex than having Gretzky or Lemieux because you're basically saying, nah, I don't even need those. Because you got to turn, like, there's so few of them on the market because you just turn those into Gretzky and Lemieux, so they're getting used up, and, like, that's wild. So I'm always impressed when there's an Edmonton Oilers Messier. And McDavid, Poulin, Matthews, Teravainen, Barzal, McCann, Larkin. This is a solid team. I have X Factor upgrades available for Matthews, Barzal, and Larkin. Matthews, do the upgrade. Barzal, you can wait. Larkin, you can wait. I don't play enough Hut Champs to get more than 2 to 3 per week. I completed the milestone objective, so I will get for free week 2 MSP. What do you recommend for my squad? In terms of the free MSP, your top 9 is really good. It's green. I would take green. Green's been really good. That's what I would do. And then what would you recommend for my squad, and how should I manage my X Factor players? Okay, your X Factors, I wouldn't upgrade Larkin. I wouldn't upgrade Barzal more than that if you're only getting 2 to 3. Matthews, I would put your resources into upgrading Matthews, and then that's it. And then, obviously, you can do the X Factor set to try and get McDavid. But if you don't get him, trade him in, right? Hello, Sleeves. Thank you for your videos again and again. You returned me to the real NHL and, of course, the game. Let's go, dude. Love that. My free-to-play lineup is Base Nate, Zibanejad, McDavid, Stamkos, McCann, Goudreau, Pasta, O'Reilly. You need a centerman. Fox, Ekman, Larson, Hughes, Whitecloud. Is it a good idea to make team builder Olli Jokinen and transfer Zibanejad to my left wing? I need a good righty defenseman. Green is a very good righty defenseman, so I could make... Oh, if you can make Larry Murphy, yes. Yes, I would make Larry Murphy. Also, great spelling of Larry Murphy. I would make Larry Murphy for sure out of those ones. Making, I guess, Olli Jokinen, but that'd be your third line, so you'd get much more out of having Larry Murphy instead of Olli Jokinen. No, I would go Larry Murphy. Because your first 2 lines are great. Yeah. Hello, Maze. Andrew Moulton says, hey, Sleeves, I have 400K and some 83 plus in the collection. Currently a little stuck with not many opportunities to upgrade the squad without just wasting coins and looking for some direction. Thinking about just making an MSP here and there to keep things fun. Yeah, I think, guys, some of these MSPs, like Zibanejad, like, they're safe. And what I mean by that is that you can have them in your lineup for, like, 2 months, and, you know, even if they're on your 4th line, they're not, it's whatever. And you can trade them back, and you get some of the value back. If they're only going to cost 150,000 coins to make, don't be so scared to spend your resources because people are not realizing that you get so many more coins in NHL 23 than you did in the prior years. So make sure if there's a card that kind of interests you, yeah, don't hamstring and make the game harder on yourself because you're so worried about Team of the Year. I'll have you prepared for Team of the Year, don't you worry. Won't be upgrading Zegras or Leon anymore, and I'm thinking about choosing between Barzal and Stamkos long term. So Mac, Jokinen, Kachuk, Zibanejad, Draisaitl, Modano, Stamkos, McCann, Tavo, Barzal, Crosby, Zegras. Yeah, I wouldn't upgrade Zegras unless you're good at the Michigan. And if you are good at the Michigan, he's one of the best players in the game. Like, my man Kesso hits it like once every other game. It's nuts. Duchesne, Murphy, Bork, Letang, OEL, Fox. See, you've got some... So, like, I would not keep upgrading Bork. I think that's going to cost you... It's going to be expensive. And he's going to get outpaced. Some of the icons, guys, I know they get +1 every month, but they're going to get outpaced pretty quickly. Some of them. So, Bork, I think he's on the edge, man. Like, you're going to be like, oh, in February, like, I'm not going to keep upgrading him. And then you've wasted all the stuff that you've upgraded him with. Outside of that, Zibanejad, Mac, Draisaitl, Jokinen. So you could go Solani, but your right-hand players are so good. I mean, Kucherov, I guess, but your team is so good. Or Green. It's one of those two. All right, guys, that is going to do it for the episode. Again, make sure to leave your comment down below and come check me out on Twitch. I'll help you guys out if you have any questions. Live on Twitch, I go live every single day at noon Eastern Time. Twitch.tv/nosleeves12. The link is down below. And I'll see you guys next episode. Have a good one.